Hello and welcome back to another video tutorial of Royce Academy. In this video tutorial I am going to discuss about how the signal transduction is happening via the different signal receptors. Okay, via the different signaling receptors, the transduction or the forward transmission of the signal in the intracellular domain is happening. Okay, so let's see how what are the types of the receptors basically present and how they are helping in transmitting the signal from the receptors to the intracellular domain. Okay, firstly we have the G protein coupled receptors, secondly we have the ion channel receptors, and thirdly we have the tyrosine kinase receptors. In this video I am going to mainly focus on the G protein coupled receptors. Okay, the G protein molecules, how are they capable of transmitting the signal from the receptor from the signal molecule via itself to the secondary messenger molecule. So G proteins are basically acting as a primary transduction. Okay, so there are many kind of receptors which are carrying the signal from the external signaling molecule, and might be also of internal signaling molecule, whatever it is, majorly the external signaling molecule, and carrying the signal forward within the intracytoplasmic domain in order to carry out the post-transductional processes as well as the cellular response. So how the G protein coupled receptors are working, let's see how the thing is functioning. Let us suppose I put the heading as the G protein receptors. G protein coupled receptors. Okay, now these G protein coupled receptors, have a very dynamic role. There are many G proteins. Okay, there are almost about hundreds or might be more than that types of G proteins. Where they are having different kinds of subunits. Okay, averagely the G proteins are having 7 types of transmembrane subunit. Okay, the G proteins are having 7 types of transmembrane subunit, in which most common are the GS and the GP. GS subunit of or the GS type of G protein and the GP type of G protein are acting in different pathways or different post-transductional pathways. Okay, so let us draw a plasma membrane first. Then it would be easier for us to understand that how the G protein is functioning. Okay, let's say this is the plasma membrane. The protein or the trilamellar model of the plasma membrane is present over here. And now in this plasma membrane what happens, the G protein receptors are present, right? The G protein, the receptor molecules are present, the G protein coupled receptors. Now in this particular lecture I am going to discuss about or deal with the details that how the signal transduction is happening via the receptors, when the receptors are getting activated with the help of any external signaling molecule, and that signaling molecule is activating that particular receptor, and that receptor is activating the G protein. The G protein is carrying forward the signal to the secondary messenger molecules in order to manifest or operate the post-transductional pathways within the intracytoplasmic or the intracellular domains, intracellular space, right? Now let me draw the receptor molecule first. This is what, suppose this one is the receptor molecule present over here. We name it as R, and along with this receptor molecule, a few distance ahead is present the G protein molecule. This one is the G protein molecule, and the G protein molecule which is bringing about its action over another molecule is known as the effector molecule. The effector molecule is also present within the membrane. So this activation of the G protein happens in a very beautiful way. What happens is, at first the receptor molecule has to be activated, and in that case, suppose an external signaling molecule comes and binds with the receptor molecules. Okay, this is somewhat this is roughly a signal molecule, and this is the extracellular matrix or extracellular domain, and this one is the cytosol. This part that is within the cell membrane, this portion is within the cell membrane, and this one is the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now when the receptor molecule is getting activated, this receptor molecule is getting activated. So let us put as a plus sign over the activation of the receptor molecule. This receptor molecule would bind with the, in the next step it would bind with the G protein. The receptor molecule, once it's getting activated, this activated receptor molecule R plus would bind with this particular G protein here. Okay, the G protein is nothing but guanylate receptor proteins. Okay, or guanine receptor proteins, guanine nucleotide proteins or G proteins or the guanine receptor proteins. Basically it is known as the guanine nucleotide proteins or the G proteins, the guanine nucleotide out of the two purine nucleotides that we know. Now this G protein, so the effector molecule lies loosely at that stage, the effector molecule is present loosely. Okay, now in the next stage what happens, this is consider this as a particular stage, and now in the next stage, again let me draw another plasma, the same plasma membrane. This is nothing but this continuation of this plasma membrane. This membrane is nothing but the continuation of this one. And now in the third stage what would happen? This G protein would get activated. The receptor molecule which is already activated, that receptor molecule would activate the G protein. The G protein would achieve the plus sign or the activation sign. Okay, and the effector molecule is loosely present still in that stage also. Now once the G protein is getting activated, and then in the final stage, in the fourth stage, what would happen? The receptor would again get loosened up. The receptor would again get loosened up for acquiring a new signal molecule, and the G protein would bind with the effector molecule, and the effector molecule is getting activated. This effector molecule is getting activated. Now what is this effector molecule particularly? This effector molecule here are like kind of some enzymes like adenylate cyclase, okay, or phospholipase. These are some kind of the effector molecules. And now when this effector molecules gets activated, this adenine cyclase or the phospholipase enzymes comes into the action, this activated effector molecule would help trigger the second messenger molecules. Second messengers. Okay, the second messengers are commonly as like that of the example cyclic AMP, CAMP molecules, or other proteins, other secondary protein molecules, or enzymes, other further enzymes. Okay, enzyme kinase, specifically if we write enzyme kinase, then it would be better. Okay, kinases. These are what are some of the then on the other hand, these secondary messengers in the class of secondary messengers, another important thing that comes into action is the Ca2 plus ion or the calcium double positive ion. So these are some of the secondary messenger molecules which helps in carrying out or completing the post-transductional pathway. So firstly, the receptor gets activated by the signal molecule, and the receptor molecule, after getting activated in the next step, moves to the G protein molecule. Okay, now this G protein molecule in the third step gets activated. The activated G protein molecule in the fourth step moves towards the effector molecule and activates the effector molecule. The activated effector molecule then brings about the activation or conversion or the formation of the secondary messenger molecules, and thereby manifests their role play. The effector molecules are nothing but the adenine cyclase phospholipase enzyme, which itself gets activated with the help of this G protein, activated G protein, and helps in formation of the secondary messengers. So this is how all about G protein coupled receptors are playing its role in the signal transduction pathway. Okay, so if you like this video, subscribe my channel and share the video as much as possible, and hit a like button and comment down in the comment section below. Thank you.